Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? I am so tired. Look at this shirt. It keeps on stretching over. Keeps on stretching over. I am so tired today, you guys, and it is only 4:41 p.m. I was just texting with Alex, laying on the bed upstairs with Boo Radley. I was like, I am gonna fall asleep and take a nap if I do not vlog right now. So I texted Alex and I was like, what time are you getting off today? He's like, I'm gonna be done right at 5. He's like, I'm gonna order some Thai food and come home. And he was like, do you want anything? I was like, no, I had brunch with Caroline. And I said, I'm gonna vlog and then I think I'm gonna lay down and take a nap. And he was like, okay, well, I'll eat my dinner and watch some TV or watch a movie or something while you're napping. I was like, I am so sorry, I'm so tired. He's like, no, no problem at all. I did not sleep well at all last night. I do not know what the problem is. I said this in my video yesterday, and I'm saying it again. The medicine is not working. I mean, it just is not working. And I actually went to bed pretty early last night. I didn't take a nap, and I didn't drink a lot of caffeine last night. So I went to bed about, early for me, because I got up today, I think I got up at 10:15. Took Boo Radley out. Took a shower and stuff like that so I could be ready for when Caroline came, because Caroline was coming at 11:30. And I even filmed my Peter Does Stuff video, my weight loss update, my weight loss journey update. I filmed that before I left, and I was like sitting out here like for 10 minutes before Caroline came and I was ready. But I could not sleep last night. I went to bed about 1:40. I think it was like I was in bed by like 1:40 last night. And I laid there forever. About, I think it was like 4:30, 4:40. Boo Radley was like getting all like, you know, antsy in bed and wandering around and stuff. And so he kept on jumping down. So I came outside, took him out, let him walk around, and then I brought him back up to bed. And then Alex left at, and then after that I was still wide awake. And then Alex got up at, I think it was 6:30, and I was still awake. So from 1:40 to 6:30, I was like wide awake, and had taken my medicine too, and no nap, and not a lot of caffeine. And so then between Alex getting up and getting ready, because when he gets up in the morning, he always is like on his phone, like reading emails, looking through Instagram and stuff. He does that for like 15 or 20 minutes first. So he was doing that, and like that's like when I was kind of like falling asleep. And then I must have fallen asleep between then and like 7:15. Because he like woke me up to kiss me goodbye. He always kisses me goodbye in the morning. And I woke up, and then when he left, I just like laid there, and I looked at the clock, and it was like 8:30. And that was like the last time I remember it. So 8:30 to 10, and then like 45 minutes in there. I'm going on like 2.5 hours of sleep. What I really want to do is, because tomorrow I'm getting up to go with Tanya. We haven't decided yet if we're gonna go to like a morning meeting and then do lunch, or do go to the meeting in the afternoon. We haven't really figured out what we're gonna do yet, or where we're gonna go, or anything like that. We're just gonna hang out tomorrow for a little bit. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm filming today, because I have no idea what time I'll get home tomorrow. And I didn't film anything today other than my Peter Does Stuff video and now this vlog. I was like, I'm not going to miss my vlog. I'm not going to miss the vlog, because I don't know if tomorrow, like what time I get home. If I get home by like, I'm supposed to be at her house in the morning. So if I get over there and we're done like by, like 2 o'clock or something like that, then I'll probably film videos. Because Alex has a bunch of stuff. He's got a bunch of meetings in the afternoon. He's getting his hair cut. And then he has lunch with a friend of his, but it's kind of like a business lunch. And then he has another meeting in the afternoon downtown. And so he probably won't be home till like 5 or 6 tomorrow night. And so that'll give me the afternoon to like film here, film outside, or film inside if I need to. And so that I texted him because he was telling me that today. And I was like, that's perfect, because if I get home and I want to film some videos, then tomorrow I can, inside or outside or whatever. And so we'll just have to see what time I get home. If I get home between like 4 and 5, I'll probably just film a vlog or something like that tomorrow. But I'd like to, try to film some more videos. I actually filmed a Peter Likes Books video. Well, I said that. I said I filmed on all my channels yesterday, which was funny because I filmed over there like 2 days in a row. And I actually had another video that I wanted to film over there today. I was going to do an Audible haul, because last night I bought all these books on Audible. A couple of you guys had mentioned some books. to me on Audible. I should go through here right now and tell you guys the books that I ordered on Audible that you mentioned. One of the books I know is by Steve Kavanaugh, which I don't think I've ever read anything of his before. He has a couple of series out, but somebody said that it's getting like rave reviews. I don't know if this was on my Peter Likes Books channel or if this was over here that somebody commented on it. But the book is called, I mean, I got last night, well, I got the True Crime Book Club for this month because I haven't got it yet, which is called While Idaho Slept. It's real short. It's only like 6 hours and 30 minutes. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I bought 10 books yesterday on Audible. Some of them were on sale. Some of them were pre-order. Caroline was asking me today, she was like, why do you pre-order books on Audible? And I go, because I forget that they're coming out. There's my neighbor across the street getting her mail. Sure is windy, isn't it?
It is.
Good day to fly a kite.
Did you get lots of good shopping done?
I did. We had a good day today, but I'm real tired. I'm gonna take a nap. Yeah. We had a thunderstorm earlier too. So the Steve Kavanaugh book is called, where is it at? I think it was the first book that I bought. Well, no, the True Crime Book Club was the first book that I bought. Oh, so Stacy said that the new Simone St. James book is out, and it's called Murder Road. So I bought that. I had 2 credits left. This is where I go silly on Audible, okay? I had 2 credits left. I get 2 credits, I think on the 20th or the 21st, which is in like a matter of days. And I know I'm not going to read all these books, but it was like a kid in a candy store. Like, that's how I am. I feel like this, like sometimes now when I turn on this camera, it's like I have to turn it on and turn it off because like, the color on the camera doesn't look great. But anyway, I love Simone St. James. Do you guys remember when I was going through the reading funk and I could not get back into reading? I was stuck in that Simone St. James book. That was the book that I couldn't finish. And then when I finished it, I was like, I think it would have been a lot better if I had read it quickly. But I do love Simone St. James. I think I've read like 3 of her books now. I could look on Goodreads and tell you what they're called, but I don't remember. I'll probably do that for my BookTube video. But I got that one. It's called Murder Road because Stacy, I think it was Stacy that said that she was reading that because it had just come out. It just came out. So I got that. I got a Frida McFadden book because Tanya told me she had read this one. I don't want to tell everybody everything I got because I want to save it for the BookTube video. I got a couple things on sale that were on sale. I got a Goodreads, like a trending book on Goodreads because they have like on Audible now, they have like all the books that are Goodreads. So I got this book. I paid full price. There's 2 books out and I bought the first one. Then a favorite author. But anyway, I paid full price for some. Some were on sale for like $4.99. Like I got this set of books 1 through 3, and it was like $4.99, and it's 27 hours, so I don't know. But it's like an apocalyptic book. And then there was a couple books that I've been wanting that were on my wish list that I went and got, but I got 10 books last night. And I read last night, and I listened to some of my audiobook. Whenever I listen to my audiobook, I always kind of like go through Audible and see like what's on sale or what's just come out. I look at the new releases and the bestsellers and stuff like that. But But yeah, I did not sleep well last night at all. So Tanya and I are going to be doing stuff tomorrow early. In fact, I was just coordinating with Alex. Did he just text me again? Somebody just texted me. He just put hands raised up when I said that I could make videos tomorrow while he's gone doing all this stuff. I think I just spilled some coffee. I have 2 things of coffee out here. I have my iced coffee that I was drinking before Caroline got me, and then I have my coffee from Cafe Pedicure. Caramel coffee today. It would be really good for me to just stay up and then when I'm ready to go to sleep tonight, go to sleep and then get a good night's sleep and be like rested for tomorrow. That's like what, Caroline, everybody, I know people will comment in the videos and say it and stuff like that. The thing is, whenever I try to do that, a few times it's worked, but it doesn't always work for me, which means I could not take a nap. I'm so tired now that if I go upstairs and take a nap, I love my naps, I'll fall asleep for 2 or 3 hours and be out and I'll get some good sleep. And I'd rather get 2 or 3 hours of sleep than push through it, which is what I probably should do, and stay up and try to go to bed between like 10 and 12. But the problem is if I do that, that's not certain that I'll fall asleep then. And so if I stay up and I try to push it through and then I can't sleep, then I'm gonna lay in bed for another 6 to 8 hours. And then tomorrow I'll be like really, really exhausted. I won't wanna go with Tanya and I'll just be like, I won't wanna film any videos and I'll just be tired all day long. So I think it would be better for me if I just take a nap now and then, hope that I'll probably go to sleep and then just like sleep through the night. Watch. But that's why I'm filming the vlog now, because I was going to take a nap and then get up and film the vlog, and I was like, you may not get up, so you better just go out and film the vlog now. The weather's been real strange today. Like, when I got up and stuff, it was nice outside. It's really, the temperature is really nice in Indianapolis today. It's not as warm as it was yesterday, but it's still pretty nice. Let me look. It was supposed to be like 58 today is what I looked when I looked last night. Oh, I got more text messages. What is it right now? Hold on a second. It's 65 degrees. Oh, no, it's 70 degrees. I can't believe it. 70 degrees and it says cloudy, feels like 70. Who texted me again? Oh, Caroline texted me. She sent me a TikTok of somebody with, what'd she say? Something with a rescue dog. This guy and his rescue dog. People always send me, like, animal TikToks and reels and stuff like that. I was actually thinking about this today. So this is going to sound so strange. So we went to Saks today because I needed some new cologne. I'm going to do a haul of the things I bought yesterday and a PO unboxing and some other things. I mean, it's so boring. Some of the things are like exciting and some of the things are real boring, but then there's a PO unboxing. I'm going to do all that tomorrow for my Peter Does Stuff channel. Hopefully, if I film videos. But I went to Saks today. And it's so funny. I don't know how, like, Saks is like the only place, if I ever go, that like people come up to me and they're like, I watch your videos and like all this kind of stuff. And I was Saks was having, like, I bought my Creed cologne, which I pushed to the very limit to get, because it's, like, really one of, like, well, Alex and I split the Louis Vuitton colognes. There's one that he wears that I don't wear, and then Pacific Chill, Cactus Garden, which I think they've stopped making, and Meteor, which they've stopped making. Meteor is my favorite of the three. We share those. And then Creed I wear, he wears Baccarat Rouge, and then I wear Chanel Blue, like, just to go out and run around and stuff like that. So the Chanel department from Saks, like, they have their own people that work in there. And this woman had helped me, but she usually has her hair down, and she had her hair back in a ponytail today. She's about my age. She's real sweet. And so when I got so Saks has these events where if you spend so much money, you get like a gift card. So because I spent over a certain amount of money buying this Creed cologne, I got a $100 gift card for Saks that I can use until, like, I think it's like April 20th or something like that, which is a pretty good deal because it's really like $100 off my cologne, you know? But I was $5 away from it. So I was like, she was like, well, do you want to get like some Jack Black products? Because they're, like, you know, pretty cheap. And I was like, I don't really like Jack Black products. The girl that helped me, she's been there for like a year. She said she was the Kilian's representative, and Alex wears one Kilian's cologne, but I don't love their cologne, and so she was really nice though. She was really sweet. But hey, how are you? Hey. There's so many people walking in. There's two couples walking down. One's got their baby and a dog, and the other couple, they're tall people. But anyway, so I said, well, let me get some lip balm, because I noticed today that I was almost out of Sol de Janeiro lip balm. And so I was like, I really like the Chanel lip balm, and so I was like, let's go over there and see how much it is. So we went over there, and she was checking, and I think it was like $30 or $40 or something like that. But I was like, I love it. I love that Chanel lip balm. And so, like, if I go out to like a dinner or something like that, like, that's what I take. I know, bougie and fancy, but I save it for those things, you know what I mean? It's just basically a chapstick is what it is, a very expensive chapstick, but I like the tube that it comes in and everything like that. So anyway, so when I was over there, the woman started talking to me. Well, I didn't recognize her because she had her hair back in a ponytail, and she said, are you guys getting ready to go on any trips? And I was like, I just thought it was like a random question, you know, that somebody was asking me, and I said, yeah. I go, we're getting ready to go to Florida in a few weeks. And she was like, I love seeing you guys on vacation and whatever. And I was like, have I bought from you before? Because I knew that I didn't know her, like, you know, like, she wasn't a friend of mine and stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, she's like, she said something like, I usually have my hair down. I was like, oh my God, I didn't recognize you at all. She looked completely different. And, so anyway, she was like, I follow you and your husband on Instagram, and I love following you, blah, 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 whatever. She's so sweet. She's so nice. And, like, instantly I remembered who she was, because I've been going to her for years. And, so she was telling me about a trip she's taking, and she was talking about how, she's like, now where are you guys going? I was like, we're going to Miami. We go for this music festival every year. And then she was like, oh, well, I'm going to Fort Lauderdale, and I'm going down there. I'm taking my daughter for spring break and stuff like that. And she's like, I'm kind of worried about Fort Lauderdale because it's kind of like, you know, college spring break and whatever. And I was asking her where she's staying, and she said she was staying at like the Hilton or something like that, which is where we stayed. We stayed at the W one time. We stayed at Hilton the other time in Fort Lauderdale. Where did we stay the last time that we went? The last time that we went, it was when we rented that condo with those two other couples. But she was like, she's like, you know, we like to go out to dinner and we like to do shopping and things like that. Like, she's not into like the real wild spring break. And I was like, well, Fort Lauderdale beaches are gorgeous, number one. I said, and number two, where you're staying is literally like, the pool's amazing because I've stayed there. And I said, you're right across the street from like gorgeous beach. And I said, in Fort Lauderdale, I said the last time that we went, which was like 4 years ago, I said they had redone the entire downtown, and it's like the most, like the coolest like local restaurants. And I was telling her about this pizza place that we went that, I don't drink mocktails, but my friend at the time was pregnant, and so she was wanting mocktails, and they had all these like really cool mocktails and stuff like that. And so like I mean, every once in a while I might have like, you know, a virgin daiquiri or something like that, but very rarely do I ever do that. And so she was like, I'm sure somebody probably caught that, and they're already typing it out. Peter said that he never has a mocktail, and then he just said on, what is today, March 14th. Well, if I don't say that, then sometime down the road I'll be like, well, when I was in Mexico 20 years ago, I had a, and then they'll be like, Peter said 20 years ago. So anyway, but like, I don't go to a restaurant and like, I look at the mocktail list. Like, I mean, I can have a Diet Coke or water, like that's what I do, you know? But anyway, they had cool mocktails at that place. So anyway, so, and if I do get something like a strawberry, like a virgin daiquiri, strawberry daiquiri or something, it's because I like the taste. It's not because it's a mocktail. Let's just make that clear. So anyway, I don't know why I even felt the need to explain all that. Didn't I say I'm done explaining things? Yeah, so anyway, so, but anyway, I'm like in my head now thinking, I'm like, you shouldn't have even said anything, but I said it, so it's just out there now. But anyway, take it and run with it if you need to. So anyway, I was telling her about this pizza place that we went to. I think it was called Pizzology or something. Actually, our friend, Brittany, used to live in Fort Lauderdale, and so she took us there. She and her boyfriend at the time had this gorgeous house on the canal with a boat and a pool, and it was unbelievable. Anyway, and so she took us to this place because she knew like the owners, and she was like, I love this place, and the pizza was fantastic. They had all these like really cool pizzas and stuff like that. So we went there, and that's why we took our friends there afterwards. So I was telling her about that, and I was like, no, you guys will love it. I was like, Fort Lauderdale is really fun for any age. And I was actually telling Caroline that today, because like people always are like, whenever, don't you hate like when you're going somewhere? Like, let's say if you go to like Cancun or Mexico or whatever, and people are like, oh, I hate Mexico. I would never go back to Mexico. And you're literally getting ready to leave in 2 days. And that's what they're saying about your trip. You know, like whenever I say like, oh, we're going to Miami, people are always like, Miami it's so dirty and it's so expensive. And I'm like, it can be in areas, but so can Indianapolis and so can anywhere, right? And I was telling Caroline today, like Miami is kind of like the perfect destination for a lot of people because like Melissa and Jason are not going with us this year because, well, they have a big trip that they're going on here in a little bit, but I'll talk about that later. So anyway, so it kind of like, anyway, I'll tell that story later. But anyway, so Melissa and Jason are not going with us to Ultra this year, but they're going to go with us probably next year because it's the 25th anniversary. And so, like Melissa and Jason, like they love to go to like Bay Harbor and go shopping. We did that one year, and I was like, it's a beautiful outside mall, but like, it's very expensive. And I was like, I don't need to be going here and seeing things that I don't need to be buying, right? So, but they like to go there because like, Melissa never really, oh, here's my favorite neighbors.
You didn't get swept away with the rain?
I didn't. I was gone, actually. My cousin comes and picks me up once a week. So I was getting a pedicure.
Oh my God.
I know the rain was crazy.
Oh, it was nuts. Max went and he runs upstairs and then he hides.
Aww.
In a closet.
Yeah, Boo Radley doesn't like it either. It's kind of humid out. Do you feel that?
A little bit.
It's kind of like a little sweaty out.
Yeah, we're supposed to have rain, I think, tomorrow too. Unfortunately.
We're supposed to have rain tomorrow too?
Yeah,
Hey, listen, I'll take the rain with this. This temperature is beautiful.
Yeah, I like the temperature.
It's so nice.
But the parade tomorrow, the St. Patrick's Day parade tomorrow.
Is tomorrow St. Patrick's Day?
No, Sunday.
Oh, but the parade's tomorrow?
Yeah, you're not gonna get a lot of people out on Sunday.
I don't don't think I've ever been to the parade. Maybe years and years ago. Have a nice walk. So, what was I saying? Oh, but like, so we don't go shopping like when we'll go to stores and stuff like that. But like, I like the stores that are more like close to like Ocean Drive. They're like, you just go into and they're like small little boutiques and stuff like that. I think those things are cute. But, like, Melissa doesn't, like, shop unless she's, like, in Vegas or Miami or someplace like that. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to look. Like, last time we were there, she was looking for this Prada necklace that she had looked at for, like, 2 years. And she knew that she had called ahead and they had it at that store and she really wanted this necklace. It just says, it's, like, a chain. It's very nice, but it says, like, Prada on it. She wanted it, and so that's why they went there. But, like, you can do anything that you want to do when you go to Miami. Like, I was telling Caroline, I was like, your mom and dad could have gone down there. You know, like, they said, there's very nice hotels they could have stayed in. They could have gone to very nice dinners, gone to the beach. It doesn't have to be wild. Like, I think everybody has this idea that, like, it's like spring break. It's crazy. You know, where we used to stay, that was on Ocean Drive. Like, if you're walking up and down Ocean Drive at night, yes, it's like that. I think the Florida Tourism Board even put out a commercial discouraging people to come down there for spring break this year. I will say this, what's interesting to me is that Miami is expensive. Like, even if you eat, like, at a restaurant, if you've been to Miami, you'll know what I'm talking about. When you walk down, like, Ocean Drive, that's right on the water to the left, and if you walk, you know, okay, by where the hotels are, it's literally restaurant, 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 restaurant. But even if you stop and get, like, nachos, I don't drink, but let's say if you got, like, nachos and a margarita, they always have, like, drink deals. They always have, like, food deals, but it's still, like, $100 for 2 people, minimum. And those are, like, the cheapest restaurants. Like, unless you're going to eat at, like, a pizza place, getting literally a slice of pizza on a paper plate. Miami is expensive. Like, I could never have afforded it when I was in college going to, like, places for spring break. I don't know how kids afford it down there. I really don't. Now, for, like, the music festival, I think people equate it a lot with, like, spring break. But the reality is, well, the music festival is all 21 and over, first of all. But I think it is. It used to be. I think it always is. But I see so many people that are my age. Like, I can remember when we first started going. God, it's been like 8 or 9 years ago now. I can remember when we first started going. Maybe it's been longer than that. And I was, like, kind of worried about it. I was, like, worried about my ring. I was like, where's my ring? Because I had it on earlier. But I took it off when I went upstairs. I took my jeans off and put some of these sweat shorts on because it's so nice outside. But I remember being worried that, like, I was going to be, like, the oldest person there. There's people that are, like, 60 and 70 that go, that have been going to Ultra for 25 years. You know, there's people that, like, are promoters and put on these things and club owners that go to these things. And then there's a lot of people from all over the world. That's the thing. It's, like, so international. I mean, there's people there from, like, literally they'll have people, like, hold up their flags. Alex usually takes a flag from Venezuela. They'll, like, have them hold. Alex has, like, a flag that's, like, half Venezuela, half the United States. Like, he takes that one sometimes. But, you know, they'll have, like, at one point, they'll have, like, everybody from all over, like, hold up their flags, and they'll shout out people, and they'll say, like, every country that's there. It's very cool. It's super, super international. And so, the week before it is Winter Music Conference. And so, that's where, like, all the producers, like, EDM, electronic dance music, producers come, DJs, and it's, like, a conference for them. And then Ultra is, like, you know, after that. So, there's a bunch of parties that are going on and stuff like that. We used to do that stuff. We don't do that stuff anymore. Miami, for us, is actually very, very laid back. Like, other than the music festival, it's like go out to dinner, take a nap after the beach, go to the pool on the beach for a little bit, sleep in, watch some shows. I mean, it's not crazy. Alex will probably want to go out one night, but we've got friends that live down there. I'll be like, you go out with her and I'll just stay home and watch a movie or something like that. Although last time that, well, it wasn't the last time that we went down there, because the last time I think we went down there, I don't know if he went out or not, but the last time that he went out with her and her friend, they ended up going to that, like, cabaret show that they went to in the Real Housewives of Miami, where it's, like, very sensual and stuff like that. I can't remember what hotel it's at. It's at some it's the I can't pronounce it, the Faena, F-A-E-N-A. It's, like, a very fancy hotel. But they have that cabaret there, and I think Lisa took all the women there a couple years ago, maybe last year or the year before. Alex and his 2 girlfriends went to that, and so I kind of missed out on that. But, you know, like, I mean, everybody's getting older, too. Like, nobody wants to, like, Miami, like, clubs don't start in Miami, especially, like, around this time of year. They don't start till, like, 1 o'clock in the morning. No, ma'am, I'm not. Maybe stay for, like, a half an hour, and I'm ready to go home, you know, be in my pajamas on the patio watching a TV show. That's what I love, you know? But we'll go out to dinner with her like one night, and then they might go out and afterwards have a drink or two at some club, and then I'll just like go home or whatever, you know? Or if I feel like it, I might go out to the club. It just depends. But I remember like when we first started dating, like I think the first big trip we ever took was Fort Lauderdale, and then, well, we were in Fort Lauderdale. We drove down there, and it was me and Alex, and his friend Demi, that we're still really good friends with, who's actually in Spain right now with his fiance. And, they travel all over the place, and they were just in Germany, and now they're in Spain. So anyway, but we went to Miami like 2 or 3 nights that week, and I remember because that was the first time I ever went to Twist, which is the gay club in Miami, or one of the gay clubs in Miami. We went to Twist, and we went to the drag bar that used to be down at like 9th and Collins, and now it's further, like it's like 13th or 14th and Collins now, or no, Ocean. What's that one called? We have the picture of ourselves in the refrigerator together. It starts with a P. Well, I can't think of what it's called. The Palace bar. They used to do like drag shows like on the sidewalk and stuff like that, and people would stop and watch it. It's real fun. So yeah, I'm real excited about it. But like back then, like we would go out like every night. Like when we were in Fort Lauderdale, they have like tons of like gay bars, and we would go out every night to the gay. Listen, I'm 51, okay? I'm not doing all that anymore. Maybe for a night, maybe even 2 max, but no, I'm not doing, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, I thought this was my cousin coming down the street. It's my cousin's car. Why is she here? Did I forget something in my car? This can't be my cousin. No, they turned the other way. That was so weird. I was like, that can't be Caroline's car. Why is she coming down here? So yeah, how did I get talking about that? Oh, but I was talking about that woman about Fort Lauderdale and stuff. And so then when I left, or when I was like walking back over to the register, so then I had to go, okay, so then I like paid for everything, and then I walked back, and she said, let me walk over here so you can get your gift card. So there's like a little table set up, and you take your receipt there, and then they like give you this $100 gift card, which is great. Like, I'm so happy about that, right? And I'm gonna save it till, like, I'm not even out of Chanel, but I'm gonna wait, and till like the very last day I can use the gift card. I'm gonna go in there and buy some Chanel, so I'm just stocked up on it, because that's about the price of it. So I think I'll have to pay like $20 or something for it. So that's a good deal right there. I got a free bottle of Chanel Blue out of that, having bought that. So anyway, so I walked that was over by the Chanel area. And so when I was walking back, that's when that woman started talking to me again and telling me about her trip and whatever. And the girl that helped me, she like ran over and she goes, oh my God, she was like, can you tell me what your name is? And I go, and they were all like huddled over there talking. And they were like all looking at me, and I go, it's Peter. And she goes, no, like, what's your name on TikTok? She said they said that you're all like that, like you have like that you do TikTok videos. I go, no, like, I'm too old for that. I'm on YouTube. And she goes, oh my God, you should be on TikTok. You're so fun to talk to. She's like, you have me and the other people cracking up and whatever. And I was like, who told you that? And she like pointed this one guy. He's like real tall. He's helped me before. He's really nice. They're all so nice in there, and they always remember me. And so when I was walking out, they're all like, hi. They were so sweet. But anyway, so yeah. But speaking of that, so I was thinking, like, because Caroline, like, loves the TikTok. Y'all know, like, well, they're thinking about closing down the TikTok, I guess. They're thinking about closing down the TikTok. You know that you're old when you take world news of, like, the House passed the bill to close down the TikTok or sell the TikTok or whatever the F they're, I don't know. I don't care. I don't ever go on the TikTok unless people send me TikToks. I think it's stupid. But anyway, my husband and Caroline love the TikTok. And, so I feel like today, like 3 different people told me that I should be on TikTok. And I was like, maybe I should be on TikTok. So I was like, well, I don't really have any gimmick to be on TikTok, right? So I thought, what could I do on TikTok that I could also do on Instagram Reels? And so I was going to, like years ago, I was going to do like a meditation book and write like a meditation every year for a year. Remember, I've talked about that over here. And then at the end of the year, I would have a meditation book. Or I was going to do like a book and just like write something every day that I learned in it or whatever for a year, like, and start it on my birthday. And so I thought maybe on my 52nd birthday, I'll just do a year of lessons, and like every day on there, and some will be funny and some will be sad, and it'll just be like mini vlogs, like 3-minute mini vlogs. I'll just be like, yeah, today was a great day and this is what I learned today and blah blah blah, and this was a lesson that I didn't. It'll be all unexpected lessons that I learned, because every day at the end of the day I look back and I'm like, God, I didn't even think about that, you know. Speaking of which, one place that we went today, so we went in together and then we came out together, and then I forgot to get something, so I had to run back in. And when I went back in, one of the people that worked there, he was like, can I ask you where you got your shirt? Okay, so I have this shirt on today that says just for today. I haven't ever worn it today. It's a little tighter than I thought it was gonna be, but maybe that's because I ate brunch. But anyway, but actually when I'm like standing up with jeans on, it comes like right to where my belt is. It's like cute. So anyway, but I got this off of Amazon. It's one of the sober shirts that I got. It's like a sober saying, you know, just the battery stopped, and I think the tripod is going down. This is what happens to tripod. You guys want to see in real time? This is what happens. Or it goes forward the other way. I actually caught it when it was happening. So see, sometimes it just like starts falling. And then what usually happens is, because one leg falls, the other one, because you like have to hook them into place. Okay. You know, I got this new tripod with this camera. Was that? Yeah, it was with this camera that I got it, didn't I? And, I don't think I've used that tripod like once. I don't love it. This is like a hard metal tripod. It says Mini D on the side of it. I don't know what brand it is. Mini/D. Mini is in all little letters, in case you want to look it up. But anyway, so I walked back in. This guy was like, hey, he's like, can I ask you a question? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, where did you get your shirt? And I was like, oh, I got him on Amazon. I go, it was real cheap. It was like $9.99. He was like, oh, he's like, what does it mean? And he was like, what does it mean? He went like this. And I was like, not like flirty, but like kind of like smiling at me. And I said, there's like something that you say if you're in recovery to other people. Like you say, oh, are you a friend of? Like one of the people, the founders. And I said to him, I go, are you a friend? You know, and he goes, yeah, are you? And I go, yeah. And he goes, oh my God. He goes, let me show you something. And he pulled out of his pocket. He goes, I have goosebumps that this is happening right now. He goes, because when I saw you walk in before, he was like, I had just gotten into work and I was so excited to share this with somebody. And I looked across and I saw your shirt. And I thought, that is so strange, because we were just talking about that today, my friends and I. And he goes, look what I just got. And he pulls out of his pocket a coin, right? And I'm like, oh, he goes, it's my birthday today. And I go, happy birthday. And I go, I don't have my reading glasses on because I just brought my wallet back in to get this one thing. And I said, how many years? And he goes, 39. And I go, oh my God. I go, or 36. And I go, 29. And he goes, oh my God. He goes, congratulations. He goes, and he said it again. He goes, I literally have goosebumps. He's like, this is such a cool moment. And I go, there's family everywhere, isn't there? He goes, that is so true. He goes, but I love running into other sober people out in public. I just thought that was the coolest moment. Today it was like filled with a lot of cool moments. Very nice moments. So Caroline picked me up, and then we went and got coffee, and, well, I got coffee. She didn't get coffee, because she had, like, no, she did get coffee. She got an iced Americano, and then, but she had water, too, like this huge thing of water that she gets from her Pilates class. She says they have the best water at her Pilates class. I don't know why that cracks me up so much, but it does. So anyway, but I kind of know what she means, like when you go to certain places and it's like, oh, this water fountain tastes really good. It's like one of those, you know, tap things that like they bring the jug of water in there. I told her, I said, why don't you just ask them what kind it is and start getting those jugs to your house? And she's like, that's too much trouble. So then I thought we were both getting pedicures today. So we drove to the place that Tanya Jean and I used to go for years. I mean, like literally for like 25 years this place has been around. Same people. And Tanya still goes there all the time. And so I said, Caroline's like, well, you don't have an appointment. I said, I walk in there. Every time I go over there, I walk in there. It's totally fine. They'll get you in. So we get there, and Caroline's like, well, I have a lot of stuff, a lot of work I need to do. I need to have some phone calls I need to make. She's like, I go, you don't want to get a pedicure, Caroline? I was going to get you your pedicure and everything. And she was like, no. She's like, I said, well, that was why I would have just, you know, like got an Uber or something, you know? And I said, you didn't have to bring me all the way over here. I feel bad for this. Just do you sit in your car? And she's like, oh my God, don't bother. Don't mind it at all. She's like, just go inside and enjoy yourself. So she walked in with me to use the restroom, and then they were like, it's going to be 15 minutes. And I was like, I looked at Caroline. She's like, oh, that's totally fine. She's like, I have a ton of stuff to do in the car. So she went and sat in the car. Well, then it started pouring down rain. I mean, like torrential downpour. So I got a pedicure, and it was so funny because the woman that did my feet, I mean, honest to God, I haven't been in this place in probably, I don't even know the last time I got a pedicure, and I didn't get it there. And so she said to me, she said, you haven't been in here in a really long time. And I totally remembered her name and everything. And I was like, yeah, I go, but my friend, she goes, Tanya. And I go, yeah, I go, Tanya still comes in here all the time. And she's like, we love Tanya and whatever. Tanya, like, she like goes dancing with them and stuff like that. I'll be like, what did you do last night? She's like, oh, she's like, I met my friends from the nail salon. We all went dancing. I'm like, she cracks me up. So anyway, so I get my feet done. My feet are like so smooth right now, you guys. Like, I mean, it is perfection. My feet are such perfection right now. I'm so happy about it. I kept on like showing them to Caroline. I was like, Caroline, look at my feet. They look so good. I wore sandals today, of course, because I got a pedicure. So anyway, I was so excited, and she was like, yeah, she was like, I had to use the big and the large, you know, like tools on it and all this kind of, I was like, listen, I go, I know it was bad, I go, but I'm gonna start coming in here regularly again, because I was like so weird about, like, I'm always weird about my nails, like, you know, keeping them trimmed short and stuff like that, whatever. And I said, or keeping them trimmed like the length that I like them, but my toenails I like short. I don't like them like long at all. And so I said, I'm gonna start, you know, coming in here regularly and whatever. And she was like, okay. And so I was leaving, and like I, you know, paid and everything like that. And I was leaving, and I walk outside, and it's like still raining. So I'm like waiting for a second to go to, because Caroline, of course, parks, you know, hell and gone from the front. She parks like way far away. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait a second, whatever. And as I'm standing there, like 2 seconds later, I hear, what are you doing here, mister? And I look over, and there's Tanya and this girl that works for her on their lunch break from work coming over to get pedicure. I said, oh my God, Tanya Jean, I was just telling everybody in there about you. She's like, what do you mean you were talking about me in there? I was like, I was telling them because I didn't think that they remember me, because there's like a guy that owns the salon, and there's like another guy that works in there, and those are the guys that she goes dancing with. And so I was like, I was telling them, like, do you remember me? I'm Tanya's friend. They're like, oh yeah, we remember, like, we know you, Peter, like, you're Tanya's friend and whatever, because I had gone there for, you know, years and years and years. I just didn't think they remembered me. And so I said, I was just telling them, they were all talking about how much they love you and whatever, and she's like, well, they didn't tell you that we had an appointment? I go, no. So anyway, then I got in the car, and Caroline and I were driving away, because Caroline like got out of her car, and she's like, oh my God, it's so good to see Tanya. I haven't seen Tanya. She gave her a hug and everything like that. So we're driving away, and I was like, Tanya knew I wanted to get a pedicure. We could have gone tomorrow to get pedicures. Like, why did she need it? I said she didn't know when she pulled up. Caroline goes, she's probably thinking the same thing. And I go, I'm not pissed. I go, Tanya goes to that nail salon, I mean, literally like once a week. She's like my grandma. Like, Tanya is so weird about her fingernails. She gets her nails done. Like, she gets a manicure. Like, she gets a pedicure like every 3 weeks, and she gets a manicure like every week, every other week. She's constantly changing her nails and her color and stuff like that. She loves it. But anyway, and she also, on top of that, wears fake nails. She gets those fake press-on, not press-on type. She swears by those press-on ones. But anyway, so yeah, so then after that, we went to the P.O. box, and they were so friendly in there too. And this woman was like, if you guys have seen my video where I talked about the girl that works at the post office, and she's like shouting at everybody, and she's like, next person please step to the side, person to the right, whatever. It was her, okay? But there was like nobody in there, and so I come up, and she's training somebody. So she's like trying to tell the person, she's such a multitasker. But first, before I come up there, she goes like this, and then she sprays down the entire counter and like wipes it down and stuff like that. And then I get up there, she goes, I'm sorry, it's wet. She goes, I'm just weird about germs. And she's like, I'm working in here. And I go, no, I get it. I understand, right? So she's like, so I gave her the things, and she like hands them to this woman that she's training, and she's like telling her where to get it. So she's like, can you step aside? And I started laughing, and she just looked at me, and I go, I've been in here before, and I hear you talk. She goes, I know, everybody says it. She was like laughing herself. It was real funny. She was so sweet. And so she had me step to the side, and then, but then the next woman behind me who I had been talking to, she came up, because she was like, we were talking about the weather, because she was wiping her feet on the thing, because it had been raining. So anyway, we were talking about the weather. I'll talk to a total stranger, which is so weird, because my friend Valerie always goes, where's the social anxiety? I do have it, but I can talk to a total stranger, one-on-one, no problem. So, like, Valerie and I would all be at the casino, and I would talk to whoever sit next to me, and Valerie would be like, yeah, you don't have, where's your social anxiety now? And I'm like, it's bad, but it's like when I'm in a group of people, not when I'm sitting next to somebody playing a slot machine. So anyway, so she's trying to tell this woman where to get my packages, which it would have taken her probably 20 seconds to go back there and get them herself. But she tells her where to go get them, right? Well, the woman gets real confused where to go get them. And so she's helping the next woman. Well, while she's helping the next woman, she's like screaming about it. Was so hilarious. And she started laughing herself. And the woman that was behind me that she was helping, she was so sweet about it. And so we were all laughing. It was nice. So after that, we went to the Costco, went to some other places, went to some different stores and stuff. Some places Caroline had to go. Some places I had to go just get some random things. And then, where else did we go? Yeah, just random different places. And then we, just around that area, the Castleton area, which is like the mall. And then we, then I was like, well, when we were in Costco, Caroline was eating every sample in sight. And I was like, are you hungry? Because I'm hungry. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, let's go have brunch. Because we can sit down and we can have a nice meal. Because I haven't got to sit and like just talk to you and stuff like that. She was taking calls and stuff for work. So we weren't able to talk a whole bunch today. So from there we went to cafe. I was like, where do you want to go? You pick. And she was like, do you want to go to Cafe Patio? And I was like, that's fine because I can eat healthier there. So I got my omelet, ate pretty healthy, got my caramel coffee. I actually had orange juice. I felt kind of like just tired and like weak. So I got orange juice, which I usually don't do. But the orange juice was delicious. It's like fresh squeeze with pulp in it. Oh my God, I love that so much. So went to Cafe Patio. And then after that I went to Saks. Then we went to Fresh Time and I got cottage cheese and coffee. And then she brought me home. We also saw my neighbor on the corner while we were out. And Caroline like ran up to her. She goes, I can't wait for the pool to open. I was like, oh my God, my cousin is yelling at all my friends and people today. So then Caroline had to drop me off by like 3:45 today because she had an appointment that she had to go to. That was like 10 or 15 minutes, a chiropractor appointment, I think. And then she and two of her friends are doing a Bible study. They got these workbooks and stuff. Caroline was real excited about it. They all decided on a workbook that they were going to do. It's her and two of her friends. I was like, now, is this really like a Bible study, or is this like you get together with your friends and drink wine and you talk about it for 5 minutes and then gossip? She's like, no, we're like really doing a Bible study. But she's like, but there will be wine and food as well. I was like, okay. So, oh, I think Alex is coming home. I hear the garage door opening. He must be coming from a different way. Oh. Hey! He always just goes. He's too cool for school. So Caroline kept on. I think it was Psalm 34. It was either Psalm 34 or Psalm 32 or something like that. It was something about fear. She kept on reciting it to me, and we were talking about it and stuff like that. So she was excited about that. They picked a workbook. They're doing like Caroline's not somebody. Caroline used to be pretty involved in her church she went to a long time ago. I bet she's still like every once in a while, like every couple of years, she'll get involved in a Bible study. So I think she was talking to her girlfriends, and they're like, why don't we just do one, the three of us, and do a workbook and meet once a week? So she was real excited about that. So she was like, we picked a really fun workbook, and it's kind of like, you know, a different way to like look at the Bible and stuff, and you pick out different verses and have discussions about them. And she's like, it'll be real fun. I'm real excited about it. And she's like, but we're supposed to memorize the Bible. Each week you have to memorize a Bible verse, and this week it was a psalm, and so she kept on telling me the psalm. So anyway, that was our day, and she dropped me off and she helped me carry my stuff inside. And then I took Boo Radley outside. It is super windy today. Super, super windy. There's like 3 of us. Well, I guess all the way down there they still have the flags up too. I've taken the flags out of my yard yet. Because I don't know if they're done or not. But yeah, it was like raining like crazy earlier. I couldn't believe how much it was raining. Last night, it's good nap weather. I think I'm gonna see if if Alex's allergies are not bad, I'm gonna open the window because it would be like a perfect night to have the window open to take a nap. But last night we watched Vanderpump Rules. We got caught up on that. I'm so bored of this season. I'm so bored of it. I was telling my friend Nikki, it's so strange because she and I both binge watched, and Mel did too, but Mel binge watched it before we did. Binge watched Vanderpump Rules. I was obsessed. You guys remember me talking about it, right? Like I couldn't watch enough of them a night. I was obsessed with it. I loved watching, I would say the first 9 seasons. Last season, I was not. I mean, it was still fine, but I watched it in like 3 days or something like that. 3 or 4 days, I can't even remember now. It's so strange that there was a TV show that I binge watched and I was so in love with. to be honest with you, it's like the last show of the week that I want to watch. Like, I'm so not into it at all. Did I watch The Bachelor last night, or did I watch it the night before? Oh, I watched it the night before because I did my video about The Bachelor yesterday. Yeah, I'm just not into Vanderpump Rules at all. Like, literally at all this season. So we watched Vanderpump Rules, and then we watched The Real Housewives of Miami. And then we watched... No. Real Housewives of Miami is over. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, third part of the reunion. We finished it. And it was really weird. Like, Kathy Hilton came on. She's not even on the show. And then Sutton and Garcelle left because Sutton had to go rush to the hospital. And right before she left, right after she left, she told Garcelle she was worried about what Kathy Hilton was going to say. And then Kathy Hilton told Erica that good thing she left because she was coming after her next. The whole thing was weird. I'm like, Kathy Hilton isn't even on the show. I think they're going to bring her back. I think that's why they had her on the reunion. But then Garcelle and Sutton were gone for the rest of the reunion. And that one woman, Anne-Marie, I think she might have said 2 sentences the entire 3-part reunion. I don't even know why she's on the show. Like, and Crystal doesn't say anything either. So we watched that. And then, what did we watch after that? We watched something. Oh, after that we came back and we watched... Oh, because I got my videos. I was like, why did we get so late? We didn't even start watching the shows last night. I did not walk last night. Because Alex wanted to watch TV. So we started watching the shows late. And then we watched that. And then Vanderpump Rules. And then Beverly Hills. And we were going to watch The Swans. But Alex was tired. So he said tomorrow. And then, which is tonight, we're going to watch it and probably watch... I was like RuPaul's Drag Race. But that's Friday. I'm getting my days all confused. That's tomorrow. And then, so maybe we'll save it for tomorrow, The Swans. I don't know. We'll have to see. And so, we watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And it was Ariana Madix from Vanderpump Rules. And, I don't know who the guy was. He used to be on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart or something like that. I don't know who this guy was. He was funny. I didn't know who he was, though. But, it was interesting watching Ariana Madix on Watch What Happens Live. She's very, like, I don't know if she is being trained by public relations people or not, but she's very careful of the answers that she gives. Like, she doesn't really dog anybody. Like, Lala and all those people, they go on all these shows and they dog each other left and right. Ariana Grande, I was going to say. Don't be a Grande when you can be a Trenta. Ariana Madix, she wasn't like that at all. Like, he was like, you know, like, asking her about, if you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, I'll make it quick. But he was like, how do you feel about, like, Sheena feeling like you got to be on Dancing with the Stars and that was always her dream? You know, she could have been like, okay, I'm sorry I got it. It was mine first, right? Like, they're very catty, all of them. And she was like, I mean, I understand why her feelings were hurt. She was like, but, you know, maybe I open the door and she can get it next. She was like, you know, maybe it'll, like, open the door for other people. And she was talking about somebody else and their feelings getting hurt. And she was like, I understand that she has a relationship with her. And the one thing a lot of, you know, like, this whole season, it's about turning against Ariana and siding with Tom Sandoval. That's really what Vanderpump Rules is about this season. And that she's a queen and all this kind of stuff. But people misunderstand what she's saying. Like, if it was like a one-night affair, I totally understand it. Like, a lot of people want to compare this to Jax Taylor. Jax Taylor has had affairs, many of them, through the years. Okay, that's a horse of a different color. Ariana Madix, her long-term boyfriend that she had a house with, had a 7-month romantic, emotional affair with one of her best friends. Like, you want to talk about betrayal on a level that's so deep, and these people are like, you need to move on. Like, are you never going to talk to him again? And her stance is, you forgive him, you talk to him, I don't really care, but I don't want you in my life. And Alex and I were talking about it, and Alex is like, I don't understand, like, you know, whatever. I was like, she's not telling these people, I won't be your friend if you're friends with them. She's saying, I don't want somebody, and I totally understand this too, you know, like, I get this. And what's interesting to me is that Lala, as a person in sobriety, and she is, because she talks a lot. I mean, you know, I think the one thing is, I think that people think that when you're sober, you have to be like this perfect example of somebody, right? Like, people want to throw that in my face up a lot. Well, you're sober, so you shouldn't be acting that way. Sober people act like ridiculous fools, too. We just have a process with dealing with it, you know? So when Lala is like up in people's faces, raised fingers, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I've had people with their fingers up in my face in recovery, too, you know? Just because you're sober doesn't make you a perfect person, and I don't think anybody sober claims to be a perfect person. So, you can really tell, though, because she says a lot of things. she even said, like, on this week's episode, something about, I mean, it's a recovery saying, but it's a saying as well, that, you know, it's like drinking poison, expecting the other person to get sick from it, you know, that's like resentment, and, or, you know, holding a grudge and betrayal. And I get that, right? But, like, the thing for me is, and I think that maybe Ariana Madix is not, like, describing it well enough, because I think the way she feels is, if you're okay, if you want to be friends with somebody, like, ain't nobody going to tell me who to be friends with. I'm going to be friends with whoever I want to be friends with. At 51 years old, I'm done with that, right? Like, I'm going to claim who I want to claim. I'm going to be friends who I want to be friends with. I don't have to explain it or make excuses about it or whatever, right? And I know when people will say, like, but you talk about this person that is this, you know, predator, protector, this person. Well, okay, but that doesn't mean that just because I'm that person's friend, I wouldn't come out and address it and say, yes, they are my friend and this is what I think of it. And we have had a conversation about it. Not stay silent. All them people want to just stay silent and act like, ooh, what? I don't even know what you're talking about, you know? But this isn't that. This is an affair. And so I understand Ariana Madix's statement, because basically what she's saying is, if you are okay with how this person treated me, then you are okay with wanting to be friends with somebody that treats human beings that way. And I don't want to align myself with people that treats human beings that way, especially me, you know? So I get it. I know that that's an unpopular opinion and people don't really get it, but I really wouldn't want to be friends with somebody that, it's not even just about betraying the friends or betraying the girlfriend or whatever. I don't know that I would really want to be friends with somebody that, I think it would, there'd be some conversations, definitely some serious conversations, and I think that's where the whole Sheena thing comes into it for this season. There would need to be some conversations that would need to be had. If I had a friend of mine that had a 7-month affair with one of our best friends, I mean, that's what Alex and I were talking about, and never told another person and kept it a secret, and it was happening in their home, and you were doing that to one of my friends as well, I don't know. I mean, I would have to understand that deeper. And just because we're in love is not good enough for me, then you should have got divorced. You should have if you're married, you should have broken up. You should have left the person. You should have sat down and said, I can't continue to stay in this relationship. I'm in love with this other person. And before I pursue it, you know, whatever. Like, and I'm not saying that about cheating across the board, okay? Like, you know, I think I've known a lot of people where there has been infidelity and they have repaired their relationships greatly. I don't know how you get over a 7, and maybe there's people out there that have lived this experience and they're on the other side of it and their relationships are great. You know, I have, there's my neighbor walking her dog. She's looking at me. Hi, honey.
I feel like I shouldn't have to convince her to walk, you know?
Abu Radley, to this day, 14 and a half, will not walk on a leash.
Really?
He doesn't get it.
Yeah. She, like, it's weird though, some days she loves it. And then other days she's like, nope.
It's because she likes me and she wants to come visit me.
Yeah, maybe.
Have a nice walk. You know, in past relationships, I've had that happen. Like, I don't think you can really explain it to somebody unless you felt it yourself. And the betrayal you feel, it's not even about the act. It's about the lying too. It's about the betrayal that you feel going through it. Like, it's unbelievable, right? Like, and it forever changed your trust with other people. And so, to happen on that level, where it's 7 months, it's an emotional relationship, it's a romantic love, they loved each other, they were in love with each other. It wasn't just a physical, let's hook up and bone and get it over with. It was an emotional, that you can't compete with that. It was an emotional, romantic relationship. He said, he refers to her as his best friend. She said the same at the time. They were best friends. You know, Ariana, like, she and Rachel were very, I guess Raquel now goes by Rachel, were very close, very good friends. One of her best friends, she saw as like a little sister. They all did, you know? And it happened in her home. The one thing that's interesting to me, and I do understand the legal tie-up of her not wanting to sell the house to Tom, and I think she has since it's like filming is wrapped and stuff like that. I'd want the F out of that house. I wouldn't want to be in a house where that happened I mean, I think it happened in like the bedroom or in the hot tub and things. Like, no, I wouldn't want to be around there. Why would you want to stay in there with all that? So anyway, It's just very dark. I think the things I loved about Vanderpump Rules are them going to work and Lisa coming in and the gossip here and the gossip there. I mean, there's always, this is the thing, if you've watched Vanderpump Rules, there's been cheating since day one. Like, I mean, there's been, the entire show is riddled with infidelity. Horrific infidelity. I mean, really hurtful things that have happened. You know, Jax allegedly, when he was dating Stassi, got somebody pregnant in Las Vegas. I mean, that's huge, right? And then, like, you know, Kristen and Jax were cheating on Stassi and Sandoval cheated on Kristen. Everybody's cheated on everybody, you know? It's sad. And, I don't know. But I'm just not into it this season. So we watched that, and then we watched Ariana. But she handled herself very well, I thought, and watched What Happens Live. So we watched that, and then Alex went to sleep, because he was like, we'll have to wait till tomorrow to watch. I should have saved this all for my reality TV channel. I know that there's some people out there who are so bored. I apologize. I just start talking about it. I can't stop. Yeah, and then I went upstairs, and I actually laid in bed with he and Boo for a little bit. And I, like, not to lay down and take a nap. I was just, like, laying there looking at my phone and stuff like that. Then I came outside, finished my prayers and did my prayers and meditations, and listened to my audiobook for a little bit, read for a little bit, and then I walked inside and I watched the final episode of Southern Gothic, and it was about Western Kentucky University in Bowling Green. It was about this girl named Katie Autry that was, like, set on fire in her dorm room. Have you guys ever heard of these? It's crazy to me that I've never heard of these cases. Caroline was talking to me today about, she was like, you love true crime, right? Like, I don't follow a lot of, like, current true crime. Like, I don't look at TikTok unless it's, like, a story that I see that somebody sends to me. I don't see it. So Caroline was telling me about this kid that left Luke Bryan's bar in Nashville, and they see him drunk walking. Like, he got kicked out because he was too drunk by the bartender, and then he's missing, and people are saying that they're worried that maybe he fell in the river or something like that. Do you guys know about this? I don't know anything about this. I guess I should look into it, being that I'm covering true crime now, but I don't know anything about it, but that's horrifically sad, you know? But this Katie Autry story was horrible, and all these people that lied, and it just was unbelievable. So that was the last one, so I finished that series. I will tell you, Southern Gothic, that is on Hulu. It's 6 episodes, 1 season, unless the season got renewed and it's coming back, but I don't think it is. Every episode was fantastic. Every episode was fantastic. So I have to go to bed somewhat early tonight, but I'm going to watch a couple episodes of Murder Under the Friday Night Lights tonight. Maybe listen to a little bit of my audiobook. I've got to finish The Firm. I don't think I'm going to walk tonight because I'm so tired and stuff like that, but I got to get back to the walking. So if I don't tonight, then I will tomorrow, definitely. And I'm going to go inside and put up my weight loss update. And, yeah, and then I think I'm going to lay down and take a little bit of a nap. So I'll have to see if Alex has ordered his food. I think he picked up his food on the way here, I think. He either is going to order it or he's going to pick it up. But I think he was going to pick it up on the way home since I didn't want anything. Anyway, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Thursday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want, or your week if you need to. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much I mean to you. Like I always say, you might be putting a smile on their face. That was cheesy, wasn't it? Cheesy, easy cheese. Oh my God, I love that cheese that comes. I can't. See, there's where my mind goes. 1, you might be putting a smile on their face, like I always say. 2, you might be making them feel not so all alone. 3, you might be the only text or phone call or visit that they get today. And 4, you might be making them happy. And that's priceless, right? Also, be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more. And most importantly, be kinder to yourself and love yourself a little bit more. Because if you're kinder to yourself, you'll be kinder to others. And if you love yourself more, then you will love others more as well. Because it's all going to start with you, right? We got to first be a value to ourselves before we can be a value to somebody else. And I love you guys so much. Thanks for listening. See ya out here on the front porch tomorrow, hopefully. And unless it's pouring down rain or I'm too tired. In that case, then I'll see you on Saturday. But I plan to be here tomorrow. So, all right. I love you guys, and I'll see you then. Bye. Love ya.